Hello, thanks for tuning in. I've been out today, visited a few charity shops, and I've found a grand total of one classical record. So I'll talk about that in a moment. But first of all, just following up to the unboxing that I did a couple of days ago, I had some very good records through. Most of them were okay actually, but I had that Mozart set, this one here, which I was a bit disappointed in because it didn't have the book inside it. It's got the three records, CRD records. These are the Haydn quartets, the ones that Mozart dedicated to Haydn. The book wasn't in it. I informed the seller saying I wanted to return it, but I suggested to him that I could take it for half the price given that the book wasn't there, and he agreed to that. So I decided to keep it. So I paid like £7 for that in the end, which I'm happy enough with. Without the book, it's all right. The two records I tried out were no good, and he's refunded me on these. This is one of them. This is the Menuhin. It is a transfer from a 78. The sound is abysmal, and on top of that, there's also above average surface noise, way above average surface noise on the vinyl. Even though it looks pristine, it must have been played with a really poor quality stylus. But I mean, even if it wasn't for that, the sound, the transfer from the 78 is absolutely dreadful. It sounds like the orchestra's playing in a tin can, and it just sounds terrible. So yeah, he refunded me on that based on it being too noisy. It wasn't an EX, just as he promised it was. This, sadly, as well, not quite as noisy, but bad enough to complain about. And I tried cleaning that, still wasn't good enough. Shame, because I like some of the music on this. But yeah, he said I can keep this as well. He's refunded my money, so I might keep this and get rid of the Menuhin, but that menu is just absolutely dreadful. Okay, so yeah, moving on. So I went out for a run by the sea today, and while I was there I decided to have a look in. There are three charity shops in this town on the seaside. Quite an upmarket town, the sort of place you would expect there to be good records, but in reality they never really are. I've had hardly anything from this place in 2 years, this town, but I decided to keep trying, sooner or later I'll find something. And I did find something today. I went into one shop and the record was right at the front, and it really sort of stood out, although it's really unusual. I wasn't too interested in it because of the repertoire, and I decided to go away and have a run, but I thought, it's too unusual to leave in that charity shop, and being a collector I fancied having it. And I'll show you what it is. It's this Britain's Ceremony of Carols on the Pro Art label, Pro Art Digital, recorded in 1983. It's an American record, and it's the American Boys Choir. And I'm not really interested in the repertoire. I mean, I'm not that keen on Britain, but I'm even less keen on Britain's choral works. But it's just such an unusual thing. There's also this pamphlet that came with it about the American Boys Choir. This is the American Boy Choir School. That would be like the equivalent to King's College School in Cambridge, the famous King's choristers, the boys that dedicate their schooling to being top-class choristers, world famous. So I suppose this is the equivalent. And there's a picture from the school, and it says there's a picture here on tour in Iceland, in the classroom, and in concert at the White House. And there's actually there a picture of Ronald, I think that's Ronald Reagan and Nancy. I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, you can probably see that. That's actually Ronald Reagan and Nancy, I think. That goes back to 1983, I believe. So that's really quite historical. I mean, that sort of makes it interesting to me. Can you understand that as a collector, this is the sort of thing that I'm interested in, even if maybe I'm not that interested in the music. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So I've had a little listen to them. I've had a little listen to this record. Now it was in a cellophane sealed packet, and it's actually brand new, right? I've had a listen. It's in, I mean, as you would expect, it's in kind of mint condition. There's one that, I mean, when I put the needle down, I noticed, now and again there are one or two sort of light pops, that kind of thing, even though it's brand new. Yeah. I mean, so it's not really the best quality pressing, but given that it's so unusual, I'm still glad to have it. So yeah, ProArt Digital, 1983, quite early digital recording, I suppose. And yeah, it's all choral. I've had a bit of a listen. There's some organ part and there's some piano part. Yeah, Harriet Wingreen piano. And so it's not just choral, not just singing, but I don't know. I think that for a collector like me, that's interesting to have. Would you have bought that? I got it for £1. I think at probably a fiver I wouldn't have bought it, £1 or £2. So I was quite pleased to come away with that. And if you consider that the video I did the other day following a pop collector going around charity shops in North London, coming away with nothing after a day's work, and I go out and in 20 minutes I found that nearby. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, well that's about it. So I've got more records on the way from eBay, and there's a seller there that's got a lot that I'm really interested in. Is a little bit high on price, but I'm hoping to do some negotiations there and get some more interesting records in. I'm actually out of packing materials, because I've been boasting that I never have to buy packing materials because I buy a lot and I've always got packing materials ready to send out. But since I started selling on eBay in particular, I'm selling more records, you know, in addition to those that I sell on the site, and I'm now out of packing materials, and I've got to order in some actual packing materials and pay for them. So that's going to be painful, but at least it shows I'm selling records. Okay, thanks for watching. Look forward to your comments. Bye for now.